I want you to hit me as hard as you can. What?
Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. It's time for Versus on a Monday. Today on the show, Welcome to Derry premieres on HBO Max. We're talking the first episode, plus the vanishing box office receipts. What happened in October? The box office is collapsing. We will talk about that, plus your comments, questions, concerns, and tons of news. Lots and lots of news. So let's get things started because I see a lot of people here are ready to join. Let's start the show. Let's go. Hey, everyone. Not everyone's here. There's some people that are joining late, but everyone here has a perfect attendance record.
Yeah, all the fun people.
The fun people are here. Rob's pretty fun. He'll be here. He will be here.
Oh yeah.
But let's go around the horn. Tell us. You guys get to plug your channels. So let's go.
Angry Badger just passed 10,000 subs. Thank you. Badgercast today after this. Let's go. Can't wait to talk about it.
Hey, I'm Nerd Cookies here on YouTube, where I ramble about sci-fi, fantasy, news, theories, and lore, and glad to be here as always.
What's up, guys? I'm back. Well, softly back. This is my soft return. I'm not fully erect just yet, but yeah, happy to be here.
Stay hard.
So great to see you. That's awesome.
Yeah. Alan Film Threat. I'm a human being, not a monster. I don't eat with my hands.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Just don't eat with those hands.
All right. How's it going, everybody? Dante, so good to see you, my friend. Saw you on Flashcast. That was fun. You guys what happened?
I was very drunk that night. But I mean, that's kind of part of the course with that show. So,
well, is it mudslides? What was going on? I saw a lot of memes about you and mudslides.
yeah, I might have had a few of them before the show started, and then maybe like two after. So,
Right.
Mudslides? How's your hangover?
not great. It wasn't great.
Oh, God.
But yeah, no, it was good times though, man. I think this was the first time that I was actually more drunk than Rhino.
Oh my God.
I think Chris beat you all this weekend.
Yeah. I hung out with Alan. We were at AFI Fest. We'll talk about it on Wednesday, but saw some really good films. And I do think Sydney Sweeney in Christie is a contender for Best Actress. I really do. It's an amazing performance. I don't think she'll win, but I think a nomination. She'll get nominated. Really, really amazing film.
Hell, The Rock might get nominated.
Yeah,
Which one disappeared more into the role, her or The Rock?
I think The Rock is iffy at this point. It's iffy. But
Well, I mean, they were both Oscar bait anyway. So
Yeah, you know what they wanted, right? We're more than just pretty. Well, maybe not The Rock. I'm more than just muscles.
yeah.
well, I don't have any highlighted comments. We're just gonna plug our shop, the online shop. Go to shop.filmthreat.com. And this is the last week you will be able to get our fall collection, sports jerseys. Pick your favorite color and check that out. We also have our collection of, what are we calling it? The Spirit of Halloween inspired Film Threat shirts. So check those out too. Obviously, I feel, you know what? If it seems like I feel like I'm under the weather, it's because I am. I'm freaking exhausted.
You are super hungover.
Do you feel like
I'm
butter
not
spread over
hungover.
too much bread?
I'm not hungover, but Hey, Derek Anderson, the DA is here.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
Good to see you. Good to
Well,
have
let's
you
just
here.
say that you've been drinking a lot of medicine since
I've been
Thursday.
drinking medicine. And then it's like, I just learned there's a Finnish word or it kind of smooths you out, meaning if you're hungover, just have a drink to kind of recover from your hangover.
The hair of
Or
the
the
dog.
dog? Yeah.
Yes. But there's actually a Finnish word for it. So there you go.
Aaron Dolgan.
Yeah, something like that. Something like
Drink a
that.
Morton. Yeah.
But hey, DA, thanks for joining us and explaining to us Chainsaw Man, because Alan saw it, and but I don't.
Oh
think
yeah, man.
Yeah, I saw your out of the theater review. It was great. I recommend go to the DA Derek Anderson's channel. Check out his review of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, I'm sure it's better than
It's
mine.
great, man. Great movie. Best anime movie of the year, in my opinion. Better than Demon Slayer. Loved it.
Really?
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, I
That is
loved
high
it, man.
praise.
This was, yeah.
Okay.
You don't know. I loved it, man. Look, I think that anime is going places now. I think that the fact that Chainsaw Man did so well in the box office, you know, taking first place, even though it's a pretty light, you know, box office right now, I think that speaks volumes to what people are willing to go and throw their money at in the movie theater. So I'm looking forward to seeing the next thing that they do. But yeah, Chainsaw Man is phenomenal, man. Really, really, really good.
The best thing about Chainsaw Man was it was 90 minutes long.
Yeah,
versus,
that's
Demon Slayer, which was over 2 hours long.
well,
yeah, 2.5, man.
You're right.
2.5
I
hours.
miss hand-drawn animation. And
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
and the
all
United
these-
States just will just not draw cartoons anymore.
but all these animated features coming out are not only in the top 10, they're in like number one the weeks they are released.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's an embarrassment to Hollywood. And
Very
speaking
Demon
of
Slayer
that,
did back to back. Demon Slayer went back to
Yeah.
back number one, and now this is the third weekend where anime movie is taking number one. So you know Hollywood's got to start paying attention, man. You know,
let's talk box office then. It's time. Alan, give us the analysis here.
All right. Well, Chainsaw Man comes in first. Part of Crunchyroll at Sony over at Sony, 18 million. Regarding You, the Colleen Hoover movie, comes in second at 13.6. Black Phone 2, Springsteen, Tron, Good Fortune, Shelby Oaks, and One Battle After Another.
Shelby Oaks in the top 10. That's admirable. I think a lot of people are criticizing it. I know I did for it's kind of safe, kind of a safe movie coming from Chris Stuckman, but I applaud him for doing it. And I have seen plenty of studio movies worse than Shelby Oaks, horror films. So my hat's off to him. You did it. You made a movie. Next time, don't play it safe. Maybe try to do something more radical. But it's kind of sad. I mean, the number one movie, Chainsaw Man, was number one, is 18 million is number one. And Shelby Oaks at number 7 from Neon is 2.3 million. That's not that great, but it's in the top 10. One Battle After Another at number 8 drops again. But this is just, I mean, this is awful. I think a lot of people were watching sports over the weekend. We were having a conversation about the NFL before the stream started. So I really do think that sports, you know, the World Series is happening. It's a really exciting World Series. It's exciting.
I think the biggest disappointment here is Tron Ares, probably.
Yeah, look at this. Tron Ares at number 5, down 56%, 4.9 million on almost 3,000 screens. That is just, if you're a theater owner, this is, you know, it's sad. And
how much is it made overall?
What's that?
How much is Ares made? Like overall?
Yeah, let's look at that, Alan. Click on Tron Ares and let's see what's the cumulative.
Yeah, look at that. $123 million.
Domestic
Wow.
is 63 million, 123 million worldwide. That is a bomb.
Okay, so Legacy is not a flop. Can we say that this is a flop?
Yes. This is a flop.
Is this worse than Morbius overall? I forget what those numbers
It
were.
might be, actually.
Legacy also achieved like people still talk about that movie fondly. It got a
Yeah.
huge glow up.
I
over the
did
years.
talk about this on my last stream where, Legacy, by all intents and purposes, was where Doom Part 1 was at. It cost a similar amount. It made a similar box office, but then there's two different decisions made from Warner Brothers and Disney. And one was to cultivate their IP that had potential. And one was to just let it wither and die and put one of the most unloved, I don't know, just one of the most just controversial actors as your lead and just let it die.
Yep.
Well, Tron needs to make $40 million to catch up to Morbius.
When was Jared Leto?
Is that
I don't-
true? Oh my God.
Go ahead, Dante.
No, I was gonna say I don't understand the stink that's on Jared Leto, man. Like the guy is a good actor. I just don't know why he can't open a movie. Like I don't get it.
He's just not a main
I don't think this is
actor.
his bag, man. Like his genre type films, is this his thing? Are
He's good in Blade
fanboys and
Runner.
fangirls flocking to the theaters to check out Jared Leto as a superhero or Jared Leto as a sci-fi character? I just don't think this is his bag. I agree, Dante. He's a good actor, but I just don't think this is his wheelhouse. I don't think he belongs in these genres.
He
No, I
worries
mean,
me
for
in
both,
He-Man
it comes
very
down
much.
to it comes down to script and your story. Not even the greatest actor could have elevated Tron Ares.
No, but they also just made him the face of the marketing, like so heavily. It was
Right.
just him, and whereas there's no Sam Cora or Bruce Boxley, they're nowhere to be seen in the entire marketing. It was just Jared Leto, like forever, and that's not going to draw people into the. He's a good actor. He's great, Academy Award winning, and I liked him in Blade Runner as a small part. He can be. He can do very well and make a good impression, a good addition, but not a movie like this. Same thing with Greta Lee. She just wasn't a good fit for this kind of movie.
She
Yeah,
was miscast,
I agree.
Yeah. And that's not a great character that they put.
Actually, you
in
could
there
just
to
go
begin
down the line. The entire cast.
Yeah.
Notable
exactly.
people.
Yeah,
Notable
they could
people
not
throughout the
elevate
entire
that script.
cast.
No.
And none of it shined in this
Yeah,
movie.
even Jeff
at all.
Bridges just came on, and he was just Jeff Bridges again. He didn't even try to
He was the
be.
dude.
He phoned
Yeah,
it in. It's,
yeah.
it's
The
sad.
digital dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's shocking to me how many movies, classic films, and anime are in the top 10 every week. And here we're coming up on Back to the Future, will be re-released this month. It's the 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
And a rare deleted scene has surfaced. I don't know if you've ever seen this. I'm going to share it with you. I will reserve any commentary. It's a 1-minute clip, but I don't know. This would have changed the movie dramatically. I'm glad they cut it.
I don't know what it is, but for some reason, when I kiss you, it's like I'm kissing my brother.
Believe me, it makes perfect sense.
It just feels wrong. And yet, so right.
What do you mean you had sex with your own mother? She was throwing herself at me, Doc. Jesus Christ, Marty! She's a lot younger. It's not what it sounds like. I don't even understand how you're still here. Surely you must have undone something. Unless... Yes, we can still fix this. We just have to send you back to stop this from ever happening. Wait, Marty, you can't go through with this.
There's two of you?
You had a three-way? Yeah. With your mother? And yourself?
What?
You know what? I think this was probably like, what was this, like an actual Braun production? Backshot?
No.
What
No.
was this?
It was just a sketch, whatever. I look, I just want to point out that Back to the Future will be in the top 10 at the box office. She blinded me with science. Thanks, Back to the Future will be in the top 10 box office this week. When you look at, I mean, this is worth commenting or studying for a moment. Take the movies that are in the top 10, eliminate movies that are re-releases, eliminate anime, eliminate like Netflix.
You got nothing.
Look at like what are the Hollywood movies that are in the top 10 and how much are they making? I looked at Alan, you were showing me last night. There is a early access screening next week for Predator Badlands. You can see it one day before it opens on Wednesday. You can get tickets. No one is buying tickets. Literally, you can see the film, and the pre-sales for that movie are incredibly soft. I think what this says is people are tired of this slop. They like these classic films, and a lot of the people going to see them will be seeing it in a theater for the first time. But what does this say about the top 10 at the box office, that new Hollywood movies are not landing? And Tron Ares is among them. And Predator.
Well, I can tell you right now that from my point of view, it's just there's better TV out there right now. There's better TV. So why would I go to a theater, pay a ridiculous amount of money for popcorn and a very over syrupy soda when I could just stay home, drink a beer, and watch better TV, right?
Yep.
So I think the theaters are in trouble, man. I mean, look, I don't care who buys who. I don't care if Paramount buys Warner Brothers. None of that's just going to mean anything for box office. I think people are just burned out on movies, man. And with the cost of going to a movie and people struggling financially and just there being shit at the theater and nothing to watch, that's good. I think theaters, this might be like the last run for movie theaters.
Well, look at this from Hollywood in Toto. Stop the pop culture recycling now. Reboots, remakes, and sequels are part of the industry's unhealthy addiction. And basically, the article goes on to talk about how Gen Z doesn't have their own stuff. Why do you think Minecraft did so well? At least it wasn't it was, of course, it's a game franchise made into a movie
for Gen Z.
For Gen Z.
But I've been saying this for the last 2 or 3 years, is that basically Hollywood is doing like hand-me-downs, right? It's like you're wearing your brother's old clothes. It's like, where's my clothes for me? I want something that belongs to me directly. Gen Z is what I'm referring to, because we've given them Marvel, we've given them Star Wars, but that's stuff from 30, 40 years ago. Yeah. They don't have something that belongs specifically to their generation, which is why they're flocking to anime the way they are. Anime is new, it's fresh. They don't repeat and recycle and reboot and remake. They're just, hey, here's something brand new. It's, we just came out like Demon Slayer, the anime, or excuse me, the manga came out in like 2016 or 2017, I want to say. So that's, less than 10 years, the anime or the manga, all right, the books. Yeah. And then the anime starts up in 2020 during the pandemic. And so a lot of people got hooked into Demon Slayer during the pandemic time frame. And now the movie is one of the biggest anime movies of all time. It's because it belongs to Gen Z. And it's the same thing. If you keep recycling reboots, remakes, they're just going to move on to something else because they want something that belongs to their generation.
Yeah, by the way, not that we didn't do remakes, because my friend who has not seen enough movies, so we forced him to watch shit he should have seen. He watched Gone in 60 Seconds and The Italian Job, but he watched the original versions. And then he watched the remakes of it. And for a while, there was a time where we were making shit just because we could do it better. And oftentimes some of those remakes are better than the original. And now it is simply because they have no idea what to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are notes for this. Oh, sorry, Alan, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's funny that, I think people going to theaters is for event films, and Back to the Future, the original, is an event film because, as you say, the majority of us had never seen it in the movie theater. I saw it in the movie theater, but the majority of people haven't.
I have not. Yeah, that'll be a good time to go.
Yeah.
And all of these 40th anniversaries this year, they're all from the 80s, right? Like, and this one, Last Dragon, had its 40th anniversary, out in the theaters. All of these 40th anniversaries are blowing up because it was from the 80s. It was great. It was awesome. I mean, we got some really, really good movies back then. And they're just not doing it like that any longer, unfortunately, for these newer generations. So yeah, that's why we're flocking to see stuff in the theaters, because we're going back on nostalgia. But it seems like that's what Hollywood is anyway. It's just nostalgia bait, Well,
we have notes for this story, Badger, if you would get into it. But it's very sad, and explains the rise of anime and the death of kind of this modern Hollywood movie that keeps being pushed.
Yeah. Stop the pop culture recycling now. I'm tired of watching Hollywood recycle the same old franchises instead of giving us new stories. The latest example is yet another attempt to turn Miami Vice into a hit movie, even though modern audiences don't care about it and the last reboot already failed. When I hear the studios are rebooting Miami Vice again with Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler, no less, I just roll my eyes. The 2006 version didn't land, and the original show's cultural moment is long gone. Yet Hollywood is convincing that slapping a nostalgia label on something will magically make people care. Spoiler, it won't. It's not just Miami Vice. I'm watching Hollywood repeat this pattern over and over. A Rocky origin movie, a Hunger Games prequel, new actors for Superman and Batman, again, a rebooted Harry Potter series, even a Karate Kid musical. It feels like the industry is terrified of creating anything new instead of building the next iconic hero. They keep reanimating the ones our parents and grandparents grew up with. Gen Z deserves their own characters and their own myth-making, not hand-me-down heroes. Meanwhile, teens are drifting towards video games, TikTok, YouTube, and other platforms because that's where they find original voices and fresh storytelling. Hollywood thinks it's being safe, but I think this strategy is slowly killing their connection to young audiences. To me, this all comes from fear. Original films that flop scare studios, so they cling to old IP and nostalgia instead. Then, when these reboots fail, they blame streaming or the pandemic instead of admitting the truth. Hollywood refuses to take risks on new stories. I'm exhausted by this endless recycling. I don't want the 10th version of a character from 1984. I want something bold, something surprising, something that speaks to today. Until Hollywood realizes that, audiences will keep checking out and the industry will keep wondering why the magic is gone.
Wow. Comments from everyone on the panel. Christian really nails it.
I already said what I said. I mean, I feel like Hollywood's biggest issue maybe is the money. Like they're chasing money and they're going after big IPs and big franchises that can have a big return on the investment. But the reality is they're not doing them right. They're not tapping into what made these franchises great to begin with. Like when you look at something like Star Wars, they should have been able to print money off of Star Wars for decades. And they can't, because
they did for 6 years. They did.
Yeah, 6 years. Exactly. And then they're done, and they've destroyed the franchise. It's completely irredeemable and there's nothing they can do with it. They're going to try, obviously. But yeah, I mean, that's the problem, is that they're so money hungry that they're not looking at, okay, let's give some new ideas a chance. Let's invest in a writer or a director or somebody that's creative, that has some new concepts and new things that they want to bring to the table. They're just too interested in cashing in on, existing IP, existing fan bases that are big, large. They're already pre-built. You don't have to do the heavy lifting to get these franchises going, So I think that's what it is. Will they change? Probably not.
I mean,
it's gonna take anime and the East dominating with K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah,
stuff like K-pop Demon Hunters is cleaning up, and meanwhile Hollywood's just sitting there with their thumb up their asses and not knowing what to do.
Yeah, I do think though that just because I think it's been proven for quite a while, the past several years, that just because you have a famous IP though, that doesn't mean it'll succeed. Even if you have a big budget and a well-known IP, as we saw with Sean Aries and multiple Marvel movies and other films that have other movies that have underperformed, and even if it's new, that it's all about being well written. If it's well written, well conceived, well made, that's what even if it's a sequel to something, or I'm fine with that as long as it's well written. And anything new too. It just depends on the creative force behind it. And that I feel like, that with a famous IP, they've just fallen into this stagnation, I guess. But I'm not completely opposed to it. But at the end of the day, even if something's new, that doesn't mean it's good. But it all comes down to being well written.
Yeah. When we had Justine Bateman on the show, I asked her the question of, why is the big studios making $250 million movies? And she said that that's the financial model of the studios, is that they're going to invest $200 million in a movie in the hopes of making $1 billion, as opposed to investing $10 million into a movie hoping to make $30 million. The returns are there, and if you're going to invest $200 million, you're not going to do it on original IP. You're going to do it on something safe like Miami Vice here and everything we've ever gotten. And until that is proven to no longer work, we're going to continue to see it. And
the Miami Vice one is funny though, because it literally did they did it with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. And now granted, this one is a period, right? So it's back in, but then you go to what his other point was, that cultural moment is gone. So besides the olds, which I'm aware of it, I maybe would be able to get it, but all new generation not going to understand the hype of fucking shoulder pads and all the blow you can handle.
Yeah.
Like,
Is Joseph Kaczynski doing it?
Yeah, that's the only other reason I might go is because
that's why. Yeah, I'm
Joseph
sorry.
Kaczynski, I like Austin Butler.
But to your point, when Miami Vice ended, and when the movie came out, the Colin Farrell one, it lasted a little bit and then it ended. There's just no one's talking about this stuff. No one's looking forward to a Miami Vice movie. That's why you have to do these announcements early on of who's going to star in it, because that's the only way you're ever going to get anyone to see it is by having names attached to it.
And that still doesn't work because nobody went to watch The Fall Guy, and that had Ryan Gosling attached to it, and along with what's her name, Emily Blunt. It's like if you could put all the stars. I wonder how Running Man's going to do, and I'm looking forward to Running Man. But it's not necessarily a remake, I guess, because it's completely different. It looks like
accurate to the books, right?
Accurate to the books,
wasn't.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But I mean, does that get made, without it being a remake? Somebody would just take a chance on a Stephen King book, and just say, hey, Running Man, let's go ahead and do that. I don't know. If Arnold didn't do it before, I don't know if it gets made.
Glenn Powell is kind of losing his
luster. Oh, no, I'm not
me.
saying Glenn Powell. I'm saying the title Running Man.
The Fall Guy was a good movie, though.
Yeah, no, Fall Guy was great.
Fall Guy was great.
No one watched it.
Fall
and
Guy
Glenn
was
Powell,
phenomenal. Yeah.
I'm waiting to see the next big thing. If this doesn't work out, I think he's going to lose a little bit of his. What's he known as a leading man for? The assassin thing? Chad Powers?
Twisters.
Top Gun. Yeah, but it's like,
Top Gun.
Those all make a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? Top Gun.
Anyone but you did very well.
Well, look, I don't think this is going to end. These are safe bets. Even the Miami Vice thing, I do like the cast. Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler, those names have, come up. So, and that's kind of cool. But a Miami Vice movie, I mean, sure. But I mean, the recycling things no one asked for. People weren't clamoring for Miami Vice or a lot of these reboots. It's a known franchise, and that's what they're going with.
Well, look at this. Scraping the bottom of the barrel. Broadway is putting on an Anne Frank musical, hip-hop musical, portraying her as a pansexual Latina in the
Yes, because they hide in addicts from ICE who are the exact same as Yahtzees. Yes.
It's a Holocaust hip-hop musical causes stir in New York. This is parody, Alan, isn't it?
It has to be, man.
That cannot be real.
We're getting trolled here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let's go to Soups before we get to our
It's a real musical, by the way.
It's real?
Did you see the quote? Some of the outraged comments are getting out of control. Like they're upset. You wonder why people are upset? Oh my God.
Let's get to some Soups here and comments.
Pilgrim Media for 2. Verbal. Can I congratulate you for escaping?
Escape from LA.
It makes me sad because Dante and I would hang. He was a just great friend that we would hang and do stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sad I can't just say, hey, meet me at this thing or this bar or this thing.
If you were hanging out this weekend, you would have gotten drunk for free.
That is true. And probably met Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, you might have.
You might have.
You might have because I'll share screen with that in a second. But also I found out another mutual friend of all of ours, friend of the show, is also leaving California.
Are you allowed to announce that?
What's that?
Are you allowed to announce that?
I don't know if I'm allowed, but I'll put in the private chat who it is. But it's very sad, Dante. You know her, so
Well, look, and to answer the question, man, there are certain things I miss about LA for sure. All most of my friends are there, my family, good tacos. Like, I left a lot behind. But nah, you know what? Colorado so far has been cool, man. Fresh air. I got some kind of weird Disney movie happening in my backyard because there's always like deer and foxes and bears and shit in the backyard.
Sing to them. I've heard you can sing to them, and then they dance around you.
They break into song.
But there's also a thriving nightlife here in Denver. So I mean, I get the best of both worlds, and most importantly, no Gavin Newsom.
Then
That's
gas
the
is
main
probably
thing.
cheaper.
I
Everything's
know.
cheaper.
The air is
How's the
cleaner and
weather?
gas
How's
is
the
cheaper.
weather out there right now?
The weather is
Dante?
actually really good. It's like 60 right now.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
just so you know, this will not affect my review of Christie in the least.
Sure it won't.
I saw that
No,
a
it'll
couple
bump
weeks
in a
ago.
point.
She
By
saw
the
that
way-
weeks
No,
ago.
it's not going to affect it because it's already a 10 out of 10.
By the way, I mean, I love your Photoshop job getting rid of your girlfriend on the side of the photo there.
You know what's so funny? She did that. Because it was cropped bad, whatever.
Because I distinctly remember her being right there next
Somehow.
That's right. That's right. Let's get back to soup so I can change the subject.
Yes.
Right here.
Marco for 2. Please don't mention the White House to RMB. I know he's very upsetty spaghetti that we're getting a Death Star. Graph Web for 2. In the name of all that is holy, hashtag cancel Disney Plus. There you go, Graph
I love the way you do it, Badger. It's great.
He gets very upset when I don't sing. Thundercats Litterbox for 5. I am taking my nieces to see Back to the Future this weekend. The theater was almost full a week in advance for a 40-year-old movie.
Yeah, actually, they added screenings in Burbank, and so I was able to get IMAX tickets. I can't wait. And my daughter has not seen the movie on the big screen ever. So it's going to be great. Yeah, that's the movie I'm saying, because nothing new is opening Thursday. And they're like a couple art films, but there's not a real big movie opening.
Regretting You. We should.
Regretting You. Yes, that'll be awesome. And you're going to see
Goat Meat.
Begonia. You're going to see Begonia.
Oh, good. I can't wait. Goat Meat for $1.99. Movie tickets cost $12, $6 matinee. That I just paid $22.19 for Predator Badlands 5 minutes ago. No, they don't cost $12. Shit, too expensive. Zodlander for 50 Swedish krona. Are we in an age of we have seen it before? Even Nosferatu, which was great, is not new. Is Hollywood just this dried out in their creativity?
Yes, but you're right about Nosferatu. I mean, movies used to be based on classic novels for the most part, novels or plays.
Was it A Star is Born has been made like
right.
5 times?
And now the source material is older Hollywood movies. So it's kind of sad to see. Or, even like Wicked it's just a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. I mean, yeah, thanks on that.
War Van Eagle TV. Remember, for 2 months, creative atrophy was already a major problem in the film industry, much less now as we're entering the AI Gerber Foods age of ideas and script writing.
Yeah.
No,
thanks, War Van Eagle.
Yeah. Funny and Dark for $1.99. I am writing my own script and input it on Sora. Sweet. Tools for creatives who would have not been able to create otherwise is how it should be used.
Right. Phenomenal.
Yep. Yorker Cat for $1.99. Auteurs would bring cinemas back, but they're gone. They are gone?
Yep. There are very few people like, say, a Chris Nolan. He's probably the one that comes to mind where his name alone will open a movie. And we'll get to see next summer. Hey, Welcome to Derry, the series based on the Stephen King novel and movies. The first episode dropped on Sunday. We might get into spoilers. If you care, we will do a warning so you can dip out. Okay. Welcome, Rob.
Well, hello. Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're talking Welcome to Derry. The first episode dropped. Who among you has seen it?
I watched it last night.
I saw it.
Okay. You didn't do your homework? Oh.
Okay. Let's get into it. I gotta say, for the most part, I loved it. The kid actors, phenomenal. The shock and horror and just the tension, amazing.
Very bloody.
Andy Muschietti, really amazing director. He really set the tone with this, and a lot of the first episode was setting up story arcs that will take place over the 8 episodes. So you will get a fair warning when we get to the big spoiler. And I would recommend that if you plan to see it, you do not listen to it. But overall thoughts, but nothing about, nothing spoilery until we give a warning. Go ahead. For those that have seen it.
I watched it last night. I enjoyed it. I was ready to not like it, because everything come out, but I was willing because I want to see what Andy does. Yeah, way more violent and bloody than I thought. Way more watchable. I will say this because I know everyone's worried about DEI and all of that. Yeah, they deal with race relations and some of it. This is why we speak out against when they do shit in modern day, because we've moved past a lot of it. But it's very timely here. The troops literally had just desegregated after the Korean War. So this is all, so it all made sense the hell they were doing it. And I think it's also in the books they're adapting. So if anyone wants to scream modern day shit, it's not. It's just something that actually should be there.
Although there are hints, it'll definitely go that way.
Oh, 100%. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this is one where it probably should go that way. And then you ruin it at other places for a place where it should be there. And it makes sense and all that. But yeah, no, way scarier than I thought. I mean, air quotes scarier. And then no one was safe. That's all I'll say. No one was safe. I was like, oh my god, okay.
Safe in this thing.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that it's going to go DEI, then there's a good chance Asians will appear in it.
Your people will get its chance.
Yeah, we have a chance. There's a chance.
I'll say atmospheric, great atmosphere in this town. The opening is really the opening captured me immediately.
Creepy.
Oh my god, really, really just unnerving. And I was right at home because I like this type of shit. But it was really good. I thought the ending is everything. Once you get to the end, it's like I can't wait to see the next episode. That's where I was with it.
Yeah, Alan.
Okay, I'll only dissenting because this is just not my thing. Not a big horror fan, and I think the other thing to add to it is putting children in danger. That's not exactly my style of story. So I saw it. I thought it was good in terms of the look of it, the feel of it, the production. As you say, the kids are great.
They're great.
To me, it just comes down to story. It's just not my kind of story.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids. All right.
I just think the kids in the show were exceptional.
They were very good.
They were very good. Yeah.
So we're not spoiling anything, but like, man, I love when everyone does their work of setting up characters, and it just they did their job.
Okay.
The reactions are excellent.
Well, let's get into it. We have to mention spoilers. Please, if you're on the panel, mute. I will take the warning off after we're done. So please mute. And for those that have seen it, the ending, what do they do? Please mute or go away. They kill most of the kids.
They killed all those motherfuckers.
They set up all these likable kids.
It was straight up it was the Invincible ending, man. it was like Invincible episode 1.
Yeah, now I'm really curious to see where it goes from there. Just because they're dead doesn't mean they're not going to be in the show.
The mutant baby is straight out of like Resident Evil, a creepy ass multiple art. Now, so the whole thing is, because I was just watching It 1 and 2, the It monster can obviously warp reality and can make people see hallucinations, but a lot of the visions aren't real. So you're kind of led to believe of knowing how it works. It's like, oh, well, this baby isn't actually real. They're just, it's fucking so real.
It's real.
It is so real. Yeah.
And the way he pops out of the movie screen.
Well, he pops out of a couple different things.
Yeah, but that was the way he pops out of at the beginning. Like I said, that opening. I was
Demon
like,
baby birth. Demon baby
I'm home. I am home. I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna love this shit because the way that beginning starts, where the family driving in the car, and the kid's like, what the hell's going on here? And this little boy is spelling all of these spell this weird ass word, spell this, and he's just like, holy, what the hell am I doing? And he's trying to get out, and he can't get out. And then the baby just,
No, the car was real. The family was real. They were possessed by it. And then like when she goes, oh, mommy's a little harlot. I was like, well, that was kind of a racy. And then it gets darker and darker and darker. And then you find out that it is already exuding its influence on the town, right? It's during one of the awakenings. It is literally getting stronger and stronger. Yeah, I'm ready for the next episode. I didn't think I would be.
I mean, as much as I thought it was radical for them to do it, I really want to see where they take the show. Yeah. So I, for one, sold on episode 1. I have concerns about what's going to happen going forward. The hint
that it is the military that has trapped it where it is.
Yeah.
And they know about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the whole, when they came in to the black, what is he, Major or whatever?
Yeah.
When they came in, I thought this was going to be some sort of a racial hazing or something like that.
Right.
This has nothing to do with race. This is, hey, buddy, what do you know? Give us I forgot what he asked for.
They were asking for the specs for the B-52, but I also kind of thought that was then just trying to compromise them, and that was still the other base dudes. But,
yeah. Oh, you think so? Okay. I just don't know what he knows or what's known, but I mean, that part is really intriguing as well. Like there's this, secondaries plot that I'm actually kind of interested in, along with all the stuff that's going on with these kids. I'm excited about this, man. This looks like a series I'm gonna chew up.
So that guy's like the main character, basically, where it mentioned he'd spent 8 years on military bases, and he's finally gonna have a normal life with his family. And so they bought a house in Derry while he works off base.
It's gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird, but I really am interested going forward. So we'll leave it there. You don't want to talk to, so you can unmute. No more spoiler talk, and
go watch it. That's all I got to say.
Go watch it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Watch it. Welcome to Derry. Yeah, it's
and
great.
Rob,
yes,
we're
sir.
Happy to have you here. You're busy tomorrow.
Yes, we our movie White Devils, our little micro budget movie that Alan has kindly reviewed for us, and we're using his review on our marketing. We are having the world premiere screening. It's a public screening. You can get tickets on Eventbrite. We're gonna have a cast and crew Q&A afterwards, and anybody can go. And it's at a theater, a family-run theater.
A family run. Oh, that's so apropos.
Family run theater. I know, right? A family run theater that's been owned by the Kim family since the 70s. And it's kind of it's a single screen theater, but it's kind of a grindhouse. I'm a big fan of it. So it's out in El Segundo. It's on the same street as SpaceX is, just down about a mile.
Wow.
So you get off the 105, and they're doing all kinds of great programming for Halloween. So if you go to Eventbrite, you can get tickets and come see the one and only screening. And then also, it will start to be available over the weekend, beginning Halloween, for 3 days as a VOD internet world premiere. So if you can't make the screening tomorrow, you can see the movie over the weekend for 3 days.
It's a Badger recommends, Robert. I watched it.
Don't spoil anything.
Oh, thank you.
Watch it. I was equally traumatized by both. Definitely good.
I'm glad. Well, thanks for watching it, man. I appreciate that. I like that you read and watch the things I send you. So that makes me happy. But yeah, I mean, look, it's a micro budget independent movie. It was made for less than $500,000, and it is based on a play that was written by a famous South African playwright she passed away in 2012, named Reza DeWitt, and she's revered in South Africa. And if anything, it's kind of like the William Friedkin movie Bug, in a way, that was written by Tracy Letts, which was also a play. But it deals with family trauma and apartheid and all different kinds of things.
Sell it, like Robert. That. There's nudity. Just go watch it for the nudity.
It opens where you see a hot girl. By the way, she is so beautiful, and she will be at the screening tomorrow. It was funny because I've never met her in person, and I was interviewing her for the channel, and she's so distractingly beautiful in real life, and she's so sweet and so smart and so funny, and I was just completely mesmerized. And I'm like, I watched you pee in a jar.
Oh boy.
in the first 3 minutes of the movie.
So in the stage play, do they pee in a jar on stage?
No, but there is that scene. You know, there is but it is. And by the way, what's really interesting about this, I'll tell you a funny thing about this movie. We did some. It sat on a shelf for a long time. It was almost never going to get finished. This movie was never going to get finished. And in order to add some, let's call it juiciness, Vincent Guastini, the effects artist, we did a shoot in his studio where I hung from the rafters and he put all prosthetics on my back and I was getting whipped. There's a scene when somebody gets whipped and I had all these prosthetics and he did a great job. It's very bloody. It's very juicy. And that's actually me in the movie getting whipped.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You were a stand-in?
That was your ass? That was...
Yeah, because we couldn't get Johnny Cohen, the actor who's also he's been in The Mandalorian. We couldn't get him back, obviously. So it was me. I was the stand-in because we're physically kind of the same, different skin types, but you can't really tell because it was dark. But it was an excruciating day. But Vinny did a great job with the effects, the blood effects. And
did they tell you to stop moaning in pleasure and that you're supposed to not like it?
I know, right?
Yeah,
I mean, but it was really if you saw we've got some behind the scenes footage, it's pretty hilarious when I'm getting whipped and I have to flinch.
It's white devil.
It's movie magic. I am a white devil.
Hey, Steph, thanks for joining us. Rob, give us the link in the private chat. We will share it with everyone.
Yeah,
in the
I'll do that
description for the show.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I mean, look, I don't know how many people are gonna show up, but at this theater, it's a perfect theater to screen this movie at. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're all gonna be there. So
join Rob and watch his ass get whipped.
Thankfully, my ass didn't make it on screen.
Hey, I don't know if you know who Mark Andreessen is. He's a tech Andreessen. He's a tech entrepreneur and investor, and he speaks very bluntly about what's happened in big tech and in Hollywood. I really enjoy listening to him on podcasts. He was recently on a podcast and something funny happened. He started referencing the critical drinker. Wow. And he started mentioning, he said, he went on about like the whole premise of this podcast. We'll watch a quick clip from it. The whole premise of this podcast is what's wrong with Hollywood? And, people can quibble about what's woke, what's not woke. But he said the best guy is this guy, the critical drinker. He calls out drinker by name. He doesn't mention it in this clip, but he says it's a great overall way of describing the problem with why people are rejecting modernity in movies. They don't like the message being pushed. So I love it that Bret Easton Ellis and Mark Andreessen are getting acclaimed and quoted for saying things that a lot of YouTubers have said for a long time. Let me share it's an 8-minute clip. We won't watch the whole thing. Watch the first few minutes. But this is really worth checking out the whole interview. But here's what he has to say. Let's comment after you hear the first few minutes of this.
It's basically this year that the fever has broken. And there's a bunch of indications for that. And we're entering kind of the sort of post message, kind of era. And we don't know what era we're heading into. Maybe there's a new message or something, but like we're there's a phase shift that's underway. But that phase shift is going to take time because it takes time to make movies, right? The movies that are greenlit today, right, are not going to come out, until like whatever it's like 2027, 2028 soonest. And so we're in this like liminal period or this interstitial period where for the next like 3 years, we're going to get like 1,000 movies that have like the message, and they're all going to act like the message is like brand new and fresh and nobody's ever heard it before because they all pretend that this is like some big revelation that like all white people are racist, right? Like in every movie. And there's going to be like 1,000 more of those the next 3 years, and they're just going to land like an absolute thud, right? Like, because it's just like if you wanted that message, you got it, right? You already saw 1,000 movies to set you, like the next 1,000 movies don't contribute to that, right? And just to knock on one, and he's a brilliant filmmaker, but I just saw the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, One Battle After Another, and it's literally like a time capsule. It's like a 2022 time capsule. It's literally like time froze in 2022. And in 2022, this movie would have been like, oh my God, like this movie is like, got the message, right? It's just like everything about it. We could spend hours just on this movie. And it lands today, and you're just watching, you're just like, wow, that was a weird time. Like, oh my goodness.
I want to talk more about this movie because I think it was Bret Easton Ellis who came out and was the first person, because it's getting all the Oscar plaudits, like, oh, it's definitely in line for the Oscar, right? And he came out and he's like, it feels musty.
I don't know if Bret Easton Ellis was the first person. I think Alan and I said some things, but I guess my point is with this is he says at the beginning of his statement that the fever is broken. Like they realize that what's going on, like these things don't land. Do you want to comment on what he has to say in the first part of this? And we can go back and watch more, but anyone care to comment?
These people always end up being late to the party and then saying the shit we've been saying. And I'm using the royal we here since like years ago. Like it broke in 2024, the end of 2023, basically. Glad they've noticed.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about, I think, this time we've lived through, I think the impulse was a correct one in the sense that you want to include more people, you want to tell more stories, you want to hear the voices that we haven't heard. Look, I like that because I like to hear stories I haven't heard. And there's a lot of people that have stories to tell that we haven't heard. The problem is there are storytelling formats and tropes and things that have existed in some cases for thousands of years. And when you suddenly go and you try and subvert those storytelling formulas because you're trying to be nice to people or give people a voice, you're destroying both of those ideas, because the stories themselves are clearly they now exist for someone's agenda. And then the stories that you're trying to tell once you're trying to service this agenda end up feeling false, and they feel insincere. And so you're looking at all these things. I mean, it's one thing to sit there and go, okay, we're gonna have a female Doctor Who. Maybe that could have worked. But when you go back and you try and retcon Doctor Who like they did all the way back to the very beginning, and say Doctor Who isn't Doctor Who, that becomes the worst kind of pandering. And then what you've done is you've taken this storytelling medium, which is Doctor Who, that's existed for over 60 years, and you've ruined it. You have come in there and you've stated what you're going to do. First of all, you've told the fan base that they're somehow defective, that there's something wrong with you people, because now we're going to make this more inclusive and make it better, which by definition means you're lesser than, because you guys like something that wasn't as inclusive as it should be. And life isn't inclusive. Not everybody, you make the point, do women want to be bricklayers? No, women want to do different things. Men and women like different things. Women tend to gravitate toward people businesses, and men like thing businesses. And that's just a biological kind of thing. Does that mean women can't be bricklayers or plumbers? No. But most women don't gravitate toward those businesses, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to insinuate or insert everybody into everything, because that's not what life is about. Now, I understand if there's people that are being prevented from getting into things, I don't think that's right. I think people should be able to do or pursue whatever they want to pursue. But our storytelling, these stories were compromised from their inception, which means they were not sincere and they weren't good stories. And we, the audience, are expected to just choke them down.
The road to hell.
When they were bad.
Yeah.
Well, and it worked for nobody.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
I mean, back in 2003, you had an incredible sci-fi show where it was a remake, and there were two characters that were sex swapped, Boomer and Starbuck, Battlestar Galactica. And then when you look at the way Katie Sackhoff and Ronald D. Moore talk about the reasoning behind those choices, it wasn't creativity by committee. It wasn't
Nope.
checking a box. It was just writing a great, compelling character. And that's why that show still stands the test of time today. And Katie was just on Joe Rogan as well, like hearing her talk about it.
I saw it. It was great. She was great.
And she
that
said
goes to
that
the
she
begin-
addressed that. Like they were just well-written characters, and she herself doesn't like the tropiness. I'm also currently watching Foundation, and where we have Sal Vorharden, who is sex swap, but there is the most tropes I've ever seen crammed into one character that I've ever seen, and it's so sad. And you compare those things today, so it's just all about the writing instead of just preaching a message, and we can tell the difference whether or not you're phoning it in and just inserting strong female character here, or you're sincerely trying to write a good, compelling story who also happens to be a woman. And they talk about Alien as well in that conversation. It's a great conversation, really telling of where writing has been, where it's devolved, where they just use female characters just out of pure laziness and to check a box, not out of telling a genuinely good story.
And its intention, like we talked about, Ronald D. Moore didn't do that because he had no fucking ideas. He just wanted to rip off BSG. He did it because, I could do this better, and I think I really have something to say across the board. And then he did it. And so that's why it's also good. He didn't poach it. In fact, I'd say he made it quite better.
Yeah,
the idea of just like
I think it's really
hijacking
good,
an IP just to push your agenda, right? Like that's what you like. To your point, Rob, we do want new, diverse, interesting stories from different backgrounds and people, but all they've done is just hijack Star Wars and slapped, a message across it,
Star
instead of
Trek,
actually
all the
giving us
things.
something interesting to say within the Star Wars world. Like that's the problem. I think if
100%.
if they took these franchises and did something interesting with them, I think everybody would be on board with it. It's like, okay, cool. But if all you're going to do is just use it as a vehicle for your message and for your ideology, it's like you're destroying the franchise. You're destroying what had been previously built up with good writing, good characters, good storylines.
And also by definition,
and this is why we say like it dates the material, it dates the IP, it dates the movies. That's what they were talking about. Like, looking back now you see like, it was pretty good. Yeah, because it's dated. You date it by inserting whatever the current message is at the time. It dates the IP, it dates the art, it dates everything. And it's just going along with whatever the current thing is, the current message of the day is. And so it ends up dating it, and it doesn't last a lifetime. Like you can go and watch Back to the Future, you can go and watch all these other great movies of the past, Jaws, Jurassic Park, and enjoy them. Why? Because it's just great movies. They're great movies, they're great stories. It's basically just entertainment, right? It's not dated. It's something you can go back and enjoy. You can't enjoy a lot of the current stuff. You can't go back and enjoy it. You watch it once and that's it. Like you forget about it. There's movies that have come out that I saw like back in January and February that I don't even remember. It's like, oh yeah, that came out this year. Last year when I was making like my top lists of movies that I saw, I didn't remember watching half of them because they're so forgettable.
Yeah. You know what you just brought up with Back to the Future? Back to the Future has a great little element about civil rights with Goldie, the mayor.
Mhm.
And you see that, and back in the 50s, he was sweeping up the soda fountain, and then he becomes the mayor of Hill Valley.
Yeah.
In the present day. I mean, there's ways to inject messaging that feels honest and again, it's authentic and it's sincere. And that you can tell, you can feel it. And I often go back to the Shawshank Redemption. In the original story, Rita Hayworth in Shawshank Redemption, the character of Red was not a black man. And then when they cast Morgan Freeman, no one said anything. No one can imagine Red being played by anybody but Morgan Freeman. Right. And there's even a great moment that Frank Darabont left in the movie. Why do they call you Red? And Morgan Freeman's character says, maybe it's because I'm Irish. And that's right out of the book, but they didn't want it, they didn't change it. And nobody said anything because that character is indelible. It's played beautifully. Has an actor ever played a character better than Morgan Freeman plays Red in Shawshank Redemption? And nobody said a word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
no,
we
I,
had
I think I
more
think
good
I
Now,
think
in
it's great.
today's, in today's marketing, they would use that as one of the main things for pushing
Yep.
a movie. That's what
You
they
know,
would do.
You know
I
what I
think
find
really quick.
interesting is
I think it's great that they're catching up, and Hollywood is seeing what we see now. That's really cool. The problem is this though, you can't take a car, right? You can't just like never change the oil, never fix the brakes, never change the tires, never do anything to maintain the car, and then sit there and wonder, why it doesn't work anymore. We tried to tell you over and over that what you were doing isn't working. The fans, the people who pay the money to go see your shit, have told you guys that this isn't working. And they kept doing it anyway because they thought they were smarter than us. They thought they were better than us. And now they are reaping what they fucking deserve. I have no sympathy for Hollywood right now. And I will say this. I do think there is better TV, right? I think in some ways they are winning in the TV category. There's a lot of great shows that are streaming. Me and Badger were talking about Landman and just some of the other great shows that are out there right now.
Yeah.
But as far as movies go, man, I like I said, I don't care who buys who at this point. I don't think there's saving movies at the theater anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
because it's not about making art; it's about making money.
Yeah. Well,
I wish that were true. They would have fucking done some more base things. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now maybe
Yeah.
hopefully it's about making money.
I wish that Tron was spared from this. If there is a course correction, which I don't know, I don't have any faith in upcoming things for that, because it seems that we've been saying this for years and years and years, that we just want good stories, and women want good stories too. It doesn't mean like, just because there's a woman in it, then we're gonna go see the theater. No, they just want a well-written character, a well-written story, and so you have to put in the work to do that. You can't just check boxes and think that that's the formula. Clearly it's not, even if you have a famous IP. So they're going to have to actually work hard and be creative and imaginative.
Meritocracy, that's racist and bigoted and homophobic and sexist and all the things that we got called for years and years. But now they say it, and it's just fine.
You know what I find interesting is take a movie like 9 to 5. It came out at a time when there was a glass ceiling and there was sexual harassment, and it was pretty bad for women in the workplace. So that movie was great because it was of its time. But can you imagine if they remade that today?
Oh, they will.
Girl.
They will.
Do you think
and the comment,
is...
it's the you would feel like you got the wrong message from a movie, a remake today than you did when it first came out decades ago.
Yeah.
Well, my point in saying this is,
like, I hate all men.
I think that Mark Anderson quoting Drinker, it's like they're finally getting it. Okay, I think YouTubers were the canary in the coal mine, but now other people are saying it, and we will look back on this era of filmmaking. I mean, look, great storytelling is timeless. That's why we can revisit a movie like Gone with the Wind, Wizard of Oz, Back to the Future, or 9 to 5, actually, which is still very entertaining and of its time. So, but let's see. There's a little bit more I can play of this podcast and see what you think here.
2020 to like 2025, it would just be studied for years.
I think even earlier. I think maybe
2016 to
2016.
Yeah, here, just a little bit more.
Lost their mind.
A little bit more.
Right. And I should get the actual like language he used because it was much worse than that. But he said it's like a musty film. It's exactly what you said. It's 2022. Like this was greenlit at a very different time, and now it's come out and like the world's moved on. And so I'm curious, like, do you think that we're still going to pretend these movies are great even though they don't match with our time, or is there going to be sort of a 3-year period where we are allowed to say actually like that doesn't make any sense anymore, and like maybe that movie shouldn't have been made?
Yeah, so this one's a complicated scenario. So just on the movie itself, the movie itself is actually, and it's quite like I quite enjoyed watching it. I quite enjoyed watching it, not just for ironic reasons, but just also watching it of like how this happened. And there's a bunch of reasons. And and again, the filmmaker is one of the great filmmakers of the era, Paul Thomas Anderson. He made There Will Be Blood, and he made Boogie Nights, and like all these by the way, he made right there. I'll name 2 movies. Boogie Nights and There Will Be Blood are 2 movies that are like they're going to be in the Hall of Fame of the art form, where it's like 100 years from now, people are going to be like, wow, that's what that culture was about. And so he is one of those guys, and clearly that's what he's going for in this movie. It is a weird movie in that it's partially based on a famous Thomas Pynchon novel called Vineland, which is Thomas Pynchon's movie. Is Thomas Pynchon's novel basically about it's essentially, I mean, it's essentially veiled through whatever, but it's basically like about the Days of Rage, the Brian Burrow book, or the Weather Underground, basically the violent social revolution, basically from the far left in the 60s, and then sort of what happened in the aftermath of that. And so like that's the theme of the novel, but it's very much a novel of and about the 1960s. It's not considered, most people don't consider it maybe the best Pynchon novel, but like it's a good mid-tier one, and it's in the pantheon. And it turns out it had been Paul Thomas Anderson's favorite novel. He'd been trying to make a version of it for 20 years or whatever. But what he did basically was he kept the very basic kind of plot framework setup, but then he completely updated it for the message, right? And so like it has like specifically it has a whole bunch of it. It has this whole basically it's a racial, it has a whole racial kind of plot structure to the whole thing, and sexual in ways that are fairly amazing. But that are completely based on the current moment, circa 2022. And so it's a little bit like the 1960s. It's like the early 2020s filtered through the 1960s, and so it's just a little bit odd with that. Arguably, it is kind of salient to our times, because I think if you were to retitle the movie, you would just title it Antifa the movie. Like it's like a full-throated celebration of basically violent social change, violent social revolution. Like, and it's completely unapologetic. Like, I'm gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna spoiler alert. By the end,
spoiler alerts for monitoring the situation. Everyone's already seen it here. So.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-hour and 45-minute movie that I went to the theater, and I paid full price, and like I smuggled in my snacks and like the whole thing. I go through the whole thing, and I'm like, he's such a brilliant filmmaker. I'm hoping it's a subversive movie, right? And so I'm kind of hoping that the whole thing is like, by the end, he's like really like, okay, like these Weather Underground people who like went on the run for 20 years and destroyed their lives, and like, we're always, basically just like, crazed, privileged children like raging out against their basically their parents and blowing shit up and killing people, and just the whole thing was a giant mistake. And I was kind of hoping that would be kind of the way that you could tell the story. No. He's just like, oh no, that was great. like that was fantastically good. These people are amazing. Like these are the myths and legends of our time. He clearly wants to make these people into mythical figures. And then at the end, it's just very clear at the end, he's like, yes, and I completely endorse and support all of this.
Alan, that's what you pointed out.
Yep.
I'm going to leave it there. But any final thoughts on this?
It's hard to talk when you're on amphetamines. And a completely unrelated comment. Jesus.
Well, he's a fast talker, but I like him on podcasts. I think he really has a lot of insight, and you should listen to the whole episode. It's an hour long. He really gets into what's wrong with modern Hollywood, how streaming has broken the business model and isn't helping, and great films. I mean, it's sad to me. And I think Bret Easton Ellis kind of broke it's okay to not like this movie. Whereas and Alan and I got so much pushback for just giving it a very mixed to negative review.
Well, you guys hate everything, so.
Well, I'm a huge Bret Easton Ellis acolyte. I've read all of his books, and he was one of the first people to come out and talk about, I think he called it empire, like we're living in the world of empire, and then how empire is collapsing, and he's using empire not as like necessarily the American empire, but what our civilization is all about. And he's never been shy about anything. His first book, if you've only seen the movie, you haven't experienced, but when I read Less Than Zero that he wrote when he was like 20,
I love that
book. It was just insane. It made me, this is a terrible thing to say, but it made me want to move to LA. I'm like, if LA is really like that, I want to go. But it was horrifying. And he has a lot of really interesting stuff to say. I wish he'd write more books.
Yeah. White is really good too. One of his recent books. And also he does a podcast where he gives no fucks. He just doesn't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. We have a lot of soups here, so let's get to those. And I have several more news stories to get to, but let's do soups at the moment.
Fearless Wolf for 5. I hope the new It show remembers the most important line in horror history. Kiss me, fat boy. Lord Comment for 2. But who listens to us? Last time I checked, no one. Oh, turn that front.
We listen to us.
Yeah.
Funny to see other voices kind of agree with what people like Drinker and Nerdrotic and others have said. And it's like, well, but they get no credit. No one is quoting Gary from Nerdrotic in the Reporter about his insights into things. I think they should. I think it's stupid that he's ignored. I think it's stupid that everyone here is basically ignored their opinions in the mainstream. But whatever.
Gary and Drake are getting on Piers Morgan, so they're clearly they're making moves.
Yeah, F them.
Yeah, where's the fuck? Zodlander for 50 Swedish krona. After Peter Capaldi, a female Doctor Who sounded very interesting, but they fumbled it with bad writing and lore-breaking stuff that fucked the fans.
Yeah, definitely check out that Katie Sackhoff interview on Joe Rogan. She really gets into when she was cast as Starbuck. Then she found out like who the character was. She didn't know, and she's very honest. I respect her a lot, and I like both versions of Starbuck. I like, the original Battlestar Galactica is very much a kid's show. It's fun. You've got Daggets and, it's very different. And Starbuck is effectively Temu Han Solo, which is fine.
You can say Dirk Benedict.
I
The
like
original
Dirk
version,
Benedict.
right? She
The
obviously got
original's
very
fine,
different.
But what Katie did was different and so well written. And I don't think anybody talked. It's just a different character altogether. So
I know
Listen to
people
the Rogan
questioned
interview.
it up front, but I think she proved that it was a good character.
Yeah, she talks about it on the Rogan interview. It's very interesting because they have very different personality in the sense that Rogan obviously talks like us, and the message is to us an extent, and she's obviously from the other end. She's very afraid and anti-AI. Rogan is very like, I think that's why we're here, to fucking bring AI into the world. So it's a very interesting back and forth between them. It's good.
I also just to hit on that super chat real quick. He's right, because I remember I'm the most weirdest, unassuming Doctor Who fan, right? I love Doctor Who.
It's the War Doctor.
That's John Hurt.
Yeah, that was John Hurt, and I wasn't a fan of that, by the way. But that's another story. Anyway, going back to that particular tweet, though, or that tweet, that super chat. He's right. When Peter Capaldi was ending his run, there was almost like an excitement for Jodie Whittaker. There was a lot of goodwill for Jodie Whittaker coming in as the female Doctor. Like there wasn't all this hate for her when it was announced, right? Like there were a few people who were like, yeah, this doesn't work. But for the most part, as a whole, we were all kind of like, you know what? We'll give her a chance. They completely blew that. Completely blew it. They made it as woke as possible. They made her uninteresting. They made her, the girl boss. They just screwed everything up. But it's crazy because they'll sit there and say that from the beginning we hated her, and we didn't. We gave her a fair chance.
Yeah. Moving on.
Pilgrim Media for 2. The people with the cash don't want woke
because they want more cash.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Dr. Fauci's pardon prison butt for 5. The key to writing a compelling female character is a male writer. Lady writers always insert their baggage and trauma. Sorry, not sorry. I was thinking of the Jack Nicholson. How do you write? I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
Yeah.
Slotlander for 50. Swedish krona. Movies don't have to have a female lead. Why was Indiana Jones so popular among women? Part of the reason my sister is an archaeologist is Indiana. Yeah, because fucking Harrison.
Yeah.
Ford.
Also, I think women are attracted to strong male characters being men, and that's okay. But there are strong female characters that are strong in a different way than a man is strong. That makes sense.
It's interesting how no one got upset with that Jack Nicholson line.
This is well written. It's a funny movie.
It's so good.
Yeah. We're all based too. So Matthew Hammond for 2. Studios need to cancel movies with the message.
But it's funny that I love that. Why does Drinker not do a t-shirt? He has not done a t-shirt with
I'm shocked
the
he
message.
hasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fact that has like become it's in the lexicon and being talked about as a shorthand, because I think woke is a little
And you have to
word.
say it like him too.
Yeah,
well, he should have a message when you like when you push it. Go away now, and all that.
Woke is a loaded word. In fact, I've talked to Drinker and he's like, I'm going to stop using that word woke. I don't like it. People have different interpretations, and then but the message, people get that. It's a shorthand for everybody kind of knows what it is. You should listen to the whole podcast with Mark, because he goes into drinker, but not in that clip. So,
You know, another thing, Chris, about the message is the people that were promoting that message did so in the worst way.
yeah,
They were terrible, and they treated people awfully. Like, I mean, it just, which was another problem. Those people were they engineered their own demise. So
they regressed it by like 2 decades. They
100%.
actively created homophobic people, and like I sorry to say, but yeah, they absolutely regressed their own message.
Yeah,
Well, and they tried to pretend that well-written female characters were just a new thing that they discovered when we have like so many that were so well beloved, like way before you were an inkling in your mother's eye. So
Before Jennifer Lawrence was the first action
Jennifer
star.
Lawrence, yeah, she was the first woman action hero.
or like Vasquez in Aliens.
yeah.
Vasquez is great.
Mm-hmm.
She's a
By the way,
badass.
I would encourage people to read the message.
Oh,
What is that?
It's the Bible.
Okay, there you go.
That message. Well, that might
Thanks.
also help in making media great
Thanks,
again.
Alan.
Movies America for 2 nonstop Top Gun and F1 sequels will solve all.
Thank you. Yeah.
Joseph
F2.
Kosinski knows how to do it.
And he's
We
doing
need
Miami
that-
Vice.
And that's why I'm
I
gonna
can't
watch it.
wait.
Stubble McShave for another 50 Swedish krona. I read that Starfleet Academy would touch on what happened to Cisco's fate. What are the odds that they will screw up DS9 as well? Isn't his fate? He's forever in there as an emissary to the wormhole.
Oh, they're
gods?
gonna solve that. They've said that they're gonna solve that mystery, which means they are going to ruin it.
Right. God.
Because we need it solved.
And that's like that tip. What we're saying that show is just the epitome of the message, or it is just simply corporate creativity by committee, and not with a intention to tell a good story within the Star Trek themes and mythos. Like, they don't care about that. It is clearly just using it as a vehicle for whatever checkbox here, checkbox there. They don't care about that.
Yep. Pilgrim Media for 2. You guys know what I'm saying. We do.
We know what you're saying. Thank you,
We got
Pilgrim, for all your support. Appreciate
All I
that.
know is that Michael B. Jordan doesn't have a Jerry curl in Miami Vice. I'm not watching.
He has got to have a Jerry
mullet?
curl.
He
That
doesn't
would
have
be
a
great.
Jerry curl, I'm
Especially
out.
if it's set
What
in
is
the
the
90s.
point? Yeah.
Yeah,
what
is
are
it
we
set?
doing?
It's
I
the
just want
period
him
piece.
dressed
That'd be
like
good.
Michael Jackson throughout the whole thing.
That's great.
Like,
Okay, I
I want
want
to
it
see
to be
the
period piece
activator
now.
dripping from his head.
Drippy.
I want real cocaine on the set. All right. I want it to be accurate.
know.
Not that stomped on fentanyl shit we deal with.
Like
Yeah, good
Predator 2.
cocaine's coming back. Not
Hey,
that
Yeah,
I
like
know.
Predator 2, Elaine. It's a bucket full.
I'm convinced that was real.
Barrel.
Hey, Frankenstein is out and people seem to be loving it. Alan gave it a great review. I've seen others that have seen it. I plan to see it this week. It's in a theater near me. It's not playing everywhere, but it is limited release. And I plan to see it. We have notes for this story. Filmmaker Guillermo del Toro says, "I'd rather die than use generative AI." What does he have to say?
Good for him.
Okay, here we go. Guillermo del Toro is strongly opposed to generative AI in filmmaking. While discussing his new Frankenstein film, he compares AI to Victor Frankenstein's reckless ambition, warning that technology without responsibility can lead to damaging consequences. Del Toro does not support AI in the creative process. He says he is not interested, nor will he ever be interested in generative AI. When asked about AI, he replied, "I'd rather die." He believes the real danger isn't artificial intelligence, but natural stupidity, meaning human misuse, arrogance, and lack of foresight. He compares tech leaders to Victor Frankenstein, creators who rush forward without thinking about the ethical or human cost. He warns we must pause and consider where we are going with AI. His stance is philosophical. Just because we can create something doesn't mean we should, especially if it devalues humanity, art, or storytelling. Del Toro believes filmmaking should remain human, emotional, and handcrafted, not generated by algorithms. For him, AI represents an arrogant shortcut, not a creative tool, and he intends to avoid it for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he just spoiled Frankenstein.
Exactly. So what do you guys think of this? I mean, obviously AI comes up quite a bit on the show. While I'm bemused by like the trailer park Star Wars and other sort of retro trailers. I understand the dangers of it, especially putting people out of work in Hollywood. What do you guys think?
I say good for him, man.
Echoes the warnings of Frank Herbert's Dune.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of
Herbert is
stagnation.
yeah, it's like so much sci-fi is about here's this apocalyptic thing. He took Dune and put it past what everyone else was writing about. He's like, what's the era after that? It's really Dune is so it's
we can't
so
pause
much.
it though, can we? That's kind of something that's a Pandora's box. At best, we could let them do it and then have it be so strongly rejected that they go back to human, but you kind of have to have it play its course, don't you?
Maybe.
I think when he says human stupidity, though, he's correct. You're already going to see people thinking they're filmmakers by making generative AI films. Where when you think about it, one generative AI image, and there's no doubt that if you're a writer and you've been writing novels your whole life, you're going to use generative AI and start making novelistic movies or however it's going to work. The problem is if you take one generative AI image of anything, and if you think about what that would be like to actually make as a filmmaker, that location, the cameras, the backgrounds, the people, all of those things have to be carefully considered. They're all decisions that are made. Everything that's in the frame of a movie for every shot is something that human beings carefully considered. You had the production designers, the costume designers, the hair and makeup people, the writer. All these people contributed to each single shot of a movie. When it's generated by AI, it's an amalgamation of stolen ideas from all the people in the history of cinema and television who made those images. And you're just seeing recreations of it. So we're never going to get anything truly new. Not until you have quantum self-aware computing that can bring something.
Then we're cooked.
Well, yeah, I don't know where that's going to go, but it's such a and everybody is lazy and human stupidity. People are going to use it and be like, "Look, I'm now the new Spielberg. I made a generative AI movie."
There's going to have to be some balance. One of the parts of that Rogan Katie Sackhoff conversation where she was like, I don't like that it trains on other artists and blah, blah. But that's how every fucking person, they look at a comic book artist they like, they start copying what they've seen. Now the difference there is they end up developing their
interpretation.
Own, their own style.
There's
and that's
study.
the rub.
There's a study of what they like about it,
right?
What they want to replicate,
and what they bring. It's whereas. Look, I'm not tools are tools, but already, why should a kid learn how to play an instrument now when you can generate
or
AI
write
music?
code when he can tell the chat GPT to write full on code in video games and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, we're advancing as the human race. We got to start like leaning into some of the advancements that we have, created for ourselves to better ourselves. Eventually we're going to get to the point where we're going to be able to speak something into existence, like literally say, hey, I want a cheeseburger, and then poof, a cheeseburger appears in a little,
we already have 3D
microwave oven or
printers.
Something.
Well, that's the replicator from Star
Wars. Yeah, replicator. Thank you. That's I was struggling for the word, but I mean, we're going to get to that point. So what are we going to do? Not eat the easy baked cheeseburger? That's it? Are we just like, nope, I'm making my own cheeseburger because I want real food? I mean,
that's Star Trek, right, Robert? Where people do eat replicated food, but they always prefer real food made by humans.
You still have Cisco's father and his restaurant, But I would say the real scary part to me is that, already we see our literacy rates in America plummeting. And the thing about reading and all of our concepts, all of our storytelling concepts, the way metaphor works, they all come from literature. They're all ideas, and you can see I've been on YouTube now for 10 years, and fandom, our fandom circles, science fiction, fantasy, and horror, you can see the cognitive reasoning that people are making, even in the arguments when they're arguing if Silver Surfer can beat up Superman. You can see that the cognitive reasoning that people have is diminishing. And it's kind of frightening because all of these things come out of structuring your thoughts around literary ideas, metaphor, for instance. What do these things actually mean? And if people don't have that baseline of knowledge, how are we going to be able to communicate with one another, much less make a point?
Oh, Rob, we're way past that, man. You know, the average person doesn't like remember 3 phone numbers now.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
The average person doesn't even know 3 phone numbers off the top of their head. So yeah, no, they're not reading. They're not
411.
Look,
like 777 film. There you go. 3 numbers.
Del Toro is like one of the last few auteurs we have left, right? I think, you know, it's a dying breed. You know, I think we're going past the day of the auteur. Now
memory aside.
Right. Now it's just content makers, right?
No,
now
but what Robert was saying is
and that's what film is. Film is just content now. It's not art like it used to be. Again, which is why it's probably dying. So
I just mean overall the way people think.
Right.
Like they don't, like the reason why kids today don't get irony. You know, and they don't understand like self-deprecation.
It's the George Carlin one that I've mentioned before. We think in language, so the quality of your thinking can only be as good as the quality of your language. And if these motherfuckers only have 10 words that they circulate, media lit, all the things we talk about, very low. Critical thinking, because how could they think if they have no words for it? Yeah.
Well, my concern
if you're redefining words that people use.
Right.
No.
Well, and at the end of the day, generative AI comes from what humans created. And ultimately, that's what art is. And I think tools have been great through the years. I mean, if you think that just taking pictures isn't art because the person didn't paint it, I mean, there's different ways to look at that. But I think it's a great tool, as well as it shouldn't stifle creativity, the creative process, which is ultimately the human aspect, which makes it art in the first place. And I think people get that, like they can tell if something comes from that place, or rather it's just been regurgitated who knows how many times by something that already existed and thrown together in the algorithm. And humans will have to continue to create art for any of these tools to be utilized in the first place, because it can only go by what has already been created.
And there was a comment up there. There was a comment up there about irony and sarcasm, and I think humor, it requires a certain amount of intelligence to even understand jokes. And
100%.
So my concern about AI is it's going to make people dumber because they are going to be dependent on it for all their information. And I've seen it. There's a commercial that plays at AMC that's about using like a Google AI. And it's asking the AI to do everything. The person is asking AI to do a bunch of things.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's infuriating commercial. You are going to be, if you can't think for yourself and make those decisions, you're an idiot. We are spiraling toward idiocracy.
Well, let me ask Grok if what you're saying is true.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't.
Oh my God.
I've seen
I mean, we could say the same thing about Google when Google is all the rage.
Yes.
We kept saying, well, I'm just going to Google it instead of just being impregnated with wonder and to go seek out that information ourselves. Instead, we just easily have it at our fingertips. I think it's just up to the individuals to seek out information and read books and do things. I don't know, and discover your inner creativity. But that's up to just individuals, and some that just won't do that. I don't know.
That we have the world's knowledge before us, literally the collected knowledge of everything since the last cycle. We have AI that can create and do anything, and what we use is for it's like redneck Revenge of the Sith trailers and
that was a good trailer.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's always going to be people that use the tools like that, right? And there's always going to be people that say, hey, what more can I do? How can I go to the next level? What's beyond this? And they're going to try to, think more, have more forward thinking. And there are intelligent people that still will dive back into the, the intelligence and to the poetry and to the art and the history and everything. There will always be people that will do that. And then the vast masses will be doing the redneck trailers. And that's just the way it is. If you go back to the days of Aristotle, I guarantee you there were idiots back then too, doing dumb shit back in Aristotle and Plato's times. And then there were the actual intellects that were thinking beyond. You know,
They were
so I
all
think
getting messed up on ergot, but some people were writing really interesting stories that got passed down.
I'm looking forward to what Damon Packard's going to do with AI. He's
Yeah,
like
see,
he's like a filmmaker. His sensibility. He's using AI to bring his sensibility out, which is interesting.
It's Damon Packard, subscribe to his channel. He's doing amazing things with AI.
Yeah.
Hey, Halloween is this week, and I know you guys all have your Halloween costumes planned, right?
Yes.
But let's talk about what the best 90s horror film is. This list came out. I don't know if we have notes for this story, but we can go through.
I don't believe we do.
We don't have notes. Okay.
But
What I have is the scariest movies of all time according to science.
100. This is from Rotten Tomatoes. The 100 best 90s horror. This is maybe a good list to find some films to watch you may have forgotten. We can go through the list and complain about it because that's what we do. So let's go through the list. Wait. Don't look now. I'm gonna what I'll do. I'm gonna go to the bottom and work my way to the top.
I already disagree.
Why did that do that?
Because they let AI do it. That's why.
Okay, back here. All right, here we go. At number 100, Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh.
One of the worst movies I've ever watched.
Yeah.
100?
Well, only
21%.
Yeah,
So these are poorly reviewed, but
this
that's
is not
number one.
curated. This is not like someone
No,
that put it in a specific
no,
order, right? It's by the
21% on
percentage.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
No, these are the-
Is that Dr. Giggles with Manny Cotto up there? Is that
We'll
what that
see.
is?
We'll see. Yeah.
Love Stigmata.
Stigmata,
Yeah, it is.
99.
Dr. Giggles.
Dr. Giggles. That movie is terrible.
Oh, Larry Drake.
42%. Number 97. Well, here, Badger, I'll scroll up. And
These are bad, dude.
Yeah, Carrie 2 was terrible.
Yeah, jump to 50.
Carrie 2.
Carrie's dead.
I didn't know there was a Carrie 2.
Yeah, it's bad. Don't watch it.
Freddy's Nightmare.
Hellraiser.
Line.
Oh, The Guardian needs better than that. Come on. It's way
At number 94.
Ooh, The Good Son.
I liked The Good Son.
Yeah,
I liked it too.
I've seen it.
Yeah, that deserves better.
Little Elijah Wood and
Yeah.
Wishmaster don't belong this far down, man.
No, that movie's fun, and that guy's got a great voice.
Number 92,
That movie's
Wishmaster.
rough.
Tony Todd.
I worked on this Sleep movie.
Sleepwalkers. That was a
Worked on that.
shitty movie, boy.
It was not good.
That was awful.
Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
Children of the Corn 2.
I didn't know that
30%
was a
Rotten
thing.
Tomatoes. Number
Spoiler,
90.
it was not the final sacrifice.
Oh, Urban
Urban Legend.
Jared Leto.
Jared
Pop
Leto.
Rocks.
Right.
Beginning of the end.
This guy can't win.
Even in the 90s, he was ruining movies.
But Jamie Blanks is a nice guy, the director.
House on Haunted Hill at number 88.
Yeah, nah.
Yes, it's based on
Evil-
Rotten Tomato scores.
Wait, Evil Tunes at number 87.
I've never even seen that before.
Leprechaun. Okay, Leprechaun
Warwick
is a good bad
This is
movie.
a classic.
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
So is the
But it is
sequel,
bad.
quite frankly.
It is bad, but it's a
It is
classic.
bad. It's very bad.
But it's got pre-Friends Jennifer Aniston in it.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
And it made sequels.
Needful
Evil
things.
Number
I
85.
liked it. But
And that was Jennifer Aniston before the nose
book is
job.
incredible.
That's true. Yeah.
Remember Leprechaun in the Hood? Maybe it'll be on here.
Oh, that was a great movie.
Jason went to space and Leprechaun went to the Hood.
Disturbing Behavior.
That's a good
Number-
one.
That's a
Like,
good film. Yeah.
I was
Katie
quite young at the
Holmes.
time, but
Event Horizon number
Oh,
83.
come on.
Oh, this deserves better than that.
What?
Come on.
Tomato
That's
scores
supposed
are
to be like
already
in the top 10, man.
Dude.
Oh, man.
This is
Body
a
Parts
wacky
can't
movie.
say that.
Jeff Fahey.
Oh,
Body
Body Parts
Parts.
was awful.
Yeah. I
Body
stumbled
Parts
on
from
it.
82.
Haven't seen it.
Popcorn number 81.
Never
Never
saw
saw
it.
Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth number
Yeah.
80.
It's bad.
Anaconda.
Anaconda.
Number 70. The
What?
remake is coming out this Christmas.
Does
Is
this
that
count
a
as
horror
this-
movie though?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It scared me.
It's a
I
monster.
mean, that's more like a
It's
It's a monster movie.
Really?
It's a
man,
monster
more than
movie.
a
I guess.
horror. But it was still, it's still good.
It was
Yeah, that's
good.
good.
Okay.
Girl,
Species.
stop.
Wow.
Species?
Number 78. Wow.
I disagree because she was naked through half the film.
Yeah. Oh, and Mike,
Alien
like,
3 at number 77.
Wow.
Alien 3.
this
Holy
is a great
cow.
cast.
Yeah, that cast is awesome.
Bro, look at the cast of Species. Literally, is like an award-winning cast.
Ben
Ben
Kingsley.
Kingsley.
Ben
Michael
Kingsley.
Madsen.
Alfred Molina.
David,
Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Fincher.
Wow. David
Yeah.
for Alien 3. Tales from the Crypt presents Demon Night. number
Oh,
76.
I love that movie, man. That's one of my guilty pleasures, man. Jada Smith in that. Oh yeah, this
Billy
was great.
Zane.
Yeah, Billy
Now, they're
Zane, Bill
literally
Sadler.
going by the percentage on Rotten Tomatoes.
I
Yeah.
love
So-
Demon Night,
is
man.
trash.
Great little flick. Great little horror flick to watch at Halloween.
Tales from the Dark Side, number 75.
Yeah.
Child's Play 2, number 74. They're literally going in order of percentage and then just 90s horror percentages. So this isn't curated, it's literally by the numbers. Child's Play 2, number 74. Huh. Bride of Chucky, number 73. I liked Bride of Chucky. Jennifer Tilly is great in that.
She is.
Oh yeah.
She really is.
That's why I did better than Child's Play 2.
Uh-oh.
I know what you did last summer. Ooh, my God.
That deserves to be higher, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flatliners.
Oh,
Flatliners.
That's
It's a
better
horror
than
movie?
71.
I didn't think it was a yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah,
that
wouldn't call it
scary.
horror.
Flatliners was good, man.
Dark fantasy, maybe.
Yet not as good as Ravenous.
Lord of Illusion.
Clive Barker. Director's cut better than
Scott Bakula.
Wait, Apt Pupil is Apt Pupil horror?
That's not a horror film.
No, at all. What?
It shouldn't be
Like
on this
suspense
list.
thrillers are
Yeah.
considered horror movies, I guess, these days.
The remake
Dark
of this
thriller,
is going to
yeah.
be that he was a secret Trump supporter and he's going to open his chest. He's going to have a MAGA hat. And
Halloween H2O.
Oh, damn, this movie was terrible.
That was
like
this
that
one.
movie.
This
That's
one
bad.
was down
At the
by
time.
90 in the 90s.
because Josh Hart, it's very 90s because Josh Hartnett and then
Michelle Williams.
Michelle Williams because like Dawson's Creek and Black Hawk Down, so they were popular.
I liked Nightbreed.
Nightbreed, number 66,
Nightbreed
directed
wasn't
by
bad.
Clive
We're in the
Barker.
50s now. We're in the 50%.
Actually, Nightbreed is really good.
Alien Resurrection, number 65.
Yeah, it's a
I don't hate this movie the way everyone does.
Yeah, I don't hate it either.
Oh,
You know,
It's also-
the sequence of the xenomorph underwater, really
Yeah.
good. I was
Okay.
like,
Some
really
good
great.
scenes in this.
Brad Dourif, iconic.
Sigourney
Also in the
playing
90s, critics
basketball.
weren't. Yeah.
She makes that shot. It's so impressive.
I don't hate it because Michael Wincott is in it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah, I
remember in the
don't
90s, critics weren't shills for the studio. So the rankings will be lower.
The Craft is so good.
I like this too.
Oh, the Crafts be
Number
way
60.
higher
Craft
up,
is
man.
great.
This created a generation of goth girls, and we thank you for your service.
Yes.
Here we are, Tom Savini, Night of the Living Dead, the remake. I'm in it as a zombie. And I got to meet
Really?
Tony Todd and Patricia Tallman. It was great.
Yeah, but you're not in the starring line there.
I am a featured zombie.
Nice.
So there you go. Snow White, A Tale of Terror, number 62.
Oof.
Return of the Living Dead 3 at number 6.
I like this movie.
Yeah.
Melinda Clark is hot before she went on to the OC.
Ooh, The Dark Half. George Romero, number 60. A lot of these movies I am just now remembering. Just, being reminded they exist. The Dark Half. I've forgotten about that. Exorcist 3, which
This
is free
deserves
on,
way better than this.
it's free on YouTube.
It deserves better.
Yeah.
Death Becomes Her, more of a comedy. by
I
Robert
like that.
Oh,
Zemeckis.
that's such a great movie.
That's,
Definitely a comedy.
I watched it the other week, last week.
The Faculty.
Oh, The Faculty is good.
I love
Ah,
The
another
Faculty.
guilty pleasure, man.
Very
Yeah,
That
nice.
is a
it's totally a
guilty
guilty pleasure
Again,
movie.
Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
Robert Rodriguez.
Elijah Wood. Very
Casper I
90s.
loved when I was a kid. Even the cheesy ending when he says, when they start dancing, can I keep you? Then everyone, yeah.
Aw.
I know, full gay.
And it's a
Straight.
horror film.
It's a horror movie. Yeah.
That's a weird song.
Bill Pullman is such a good like dad, and the whole mother. Like even as a kid, yeah.
Oh, who's the kid that played Devon Sawa?
Devon
Yeah.
Sawa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yes.
My
Yeah.
cousin was in love with him.
He has the
Casper.
boots and the fucking white pirate shirt. Yeah,
Yep.
What is that hairstyle they all had? They all had that.
yeah.
Casper at number 56.
Oh, yeah, that was
That's
just in
kinda weird.
theater.
Blade.
Blade.
How is this so low?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Are
That was
these
the
critics
59,
ratings or
yeah,
audience
this-
ratings?
Yeah, the audience. Look, this is a classic, absolute classic.
Yeah. Colobos. I don't remember this movie.
Not
Nope.
familiar.
But it's better than Blade.
Bullshit.
Tales from the
Tales
Hood.
from the Hood.
There you go.
Ah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, now we're in the fresh category now.
Yeah.
Sure.
In the Mouth of Madness.
Yep.
Sick,
I like
number
this one.
52.
Sam Neill.
Cube.
Cube.
Number
Oh, Cube,
51.
yeah.
Cube's good.
Wolf.
Cube's really
Number
good.
50.
Oh yeah.
Maniac Cop 2. Number 49.
Nice.
Two Evil Eyes. Number 48. Cemetery Man. Number 47. Tremors 2 Aftershocks. Number 46. I love the
Jesus.
I
Tremors.
love all the Tremors movies.
all the Tremors movies are great. Good.
Higher than Blade.
Yeah.
Higher than Blade.
No way.
Fred Ward, love that you came back. That was
This is a really interesting movie, Nadja.
Nadja.
Gotcha.
I don't think I've seen this one. Raising Cain.
Raising Cain.
Excuse me. Raising Cain, number 44. A classic. Frankenhooker, number 43, directed by Frank Henenlotter, who did
Who
Basket
directed
Case.
Basket
Yeah,
Case.
love those movies. Frankenhooker is great. Whenever you see a woman in Frankenhooker cosplay, if she can pull it off, it's great. Cannibal the Musical. It's Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Yeah, that movie was rejected from Sundance, and
Sounds
Matt
surprising.
Stone and
Yeah,
Trey
they were
Parker,
woke back then. Yes.
they started their own festival called it's called Lap Dance, and they showed Cannibal the Musical at their festival. That's
Better than Blade.
true. I was there. It's great. The Frighteners, number 41.
Good
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Good
Right.
movie, man.
Pretty good. Yeah.
It's kind of low.
Peter Jackson.
Interview with the Vampire at number 40.
Should be higher up.
Yeah.
Devil's Advocate,
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that movie.
Oh, that's such a great movie.
It's so
number
good.
39.
Yeah.
She had a great ass.
Oh, come on. From Dusk Till Dawn.
One of the best movies. I love
Yeah,
it.
this
38?
deserves a higher. This needs to be
It
up.
should
in
be
the-
in
This is
the
still my
top 10.
favorite.
Higher.
George Clooney.
Because we're still talking about that movie.
Yeah.
When,
Yep.
when that
Also-
turn happens.
Tarantino
So
is
good.
Richie. That little speech they have when he comes back with the burgers is one of the greatest scenes ever.
I agree.
Oh, it's great.
It's what you are doing. What you are doing. God, now I watch From Dusk Till Dawn.
Ah.
So good.
Sometimes they come back. Number 37. The People Under the Stairs. 36.
Oh, I remember that.
Love this-
Ooh, that's
love this
scary.
movie.
Mimic.
Mimic, love Mimic
35.
as well. Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro.
It.
Oh,
Stephen King's It at number 34.
Was that 90s?
I thought it was
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah,
It was like a
TV
TV
miniseries,
movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
It's
on
a-
TV.
yeah,
I was
I thought
used
it
to
was
it.
in the
It
80s.
was a miniseries.
Maybe it was in 90s.
Tim Curry,
it's a two-parter. Yeah.
right?
Body
Yeah,
Snatchers.
Tim Curry.
Yeah.
The Abel
Yeah.
Ferrara
Let's see the
version.
name.
Body Snatchers, number 33.
Oh, yeah.
Lost Highway, David Lynch.
Oh,
Number
crazy
32?
movie.
That's a horror movie? I don't know.
It's a thriller.
Army of Darkness,
Yeah.
a classic with 69% on Rotten Tomatoes at number
Nice.
39.
39.
Great number. Stop the count.
Bram Stoker's
Bram Stoker.
Dracula, the Francis Ford
Oh,
Coppola,
the Gary Oldman. Okay, yeah.
number 30.
That was a good film.
The Stendhal Syndrome, number 29. Dario Argento.
Oh,
Stir of Echoes, the Kevin Bacon film, number 28. Beloved, number 27. There you go.
What?
Sleepy Hollow, Tim Burton,
Ooh,
number
this is a great
26.
film.
Good
Yeah,
movie.
we're getting
I love this
some
one.
really good movies here now.
Yeah.
Gremlins 2, The New Badge.
Ah.
Really?
It's so dumb.
Really?
Have you ever seen that sketch, Key and Peele, about Gremlins 2?
It's so
Yeah.
good.
That is one of the best sketches ever. Jordan Peele is like in this meeting, and he's like, every dumb idea the executives come up with, he's like, it's in the movie.
It's
And
in the
then
movie.
It's actually in the movie. All those dumb ideas that the group of execs are pitching all ended up in the movie.
And better than Blade.
Again, higher than Blade.
Higher than Blade.
Jacob's Ladder, number 24.
Oh,
That
man.
I really
That was a
remember.
horror movie?
Yeah, it's
Kinda.
more
I mean,
like-
I
Yeah,
saw
it
that.
is.
And
It is.
Cover looks scary.
If I watched it, it's not a horror movie.
John Carpenter's Body Bags. Wow. Okay. Number
Gotta watch
23.
Blade.
Funny Games at number 22.
Don't even remember these movies.
Same. Not Habit, number 21. Larry
Wow.
Fessenden. That one's a classic. Poison at number 20. That's is that
Bro,
really
what are
a
these movies?
Is that a
I don't know any
horror?
of those.
I don't know. Mute Witness.
I like this movie. I
Yeah.
just watched it recently again.
Definitely better than
Basket
Blade.
Case 2, number 18. I love the Basket Case films.
They're great.
Yeah.
This top 20 is questionable.
Yeah.
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 But it's based on some of these shouldn't really be in horror. Cape Fear, I don't
Cape
think
Fear's not a horror film.
No.
No, number
No, not
17.
at all.
It's not.
Well, neither is Casper. But
I mean, good film.
Yeah, but that
Same
has
with
ghosts.
Casper and a couple others. Wes Craven's New Nightmare, number 16.
Oh, this movie's great.
Yeah, fantastic.
Scream, number 15.
Love
I
it.
mean,
Scream is number 15. That's
They're,
crazy.
Scream
they're
is-
still making Scream movies.
The first one's legitimately a great horror film. As
Scream
well
is
as
fucking
as
scary,
well.
especially when I was a kid. Like,
Satire too. Yeah.
yeah, they're still making
Yeah.
Scream movies, not Blade movies.
Drew Barrymore's
Yeah.
performance is fantastic.
Yeah.
Candyman is great.
Candyman.
Original Candyman, number 14.
Dynamite.
Audition,
Love it.
number 13.
Great.
Takashi Miike.
Mm-hmm.
Scream 2, number 12.
Also, Timothy Oliphant, first time I ever saw him.
Scream 2
Seven.
ahead of Scream 1.
Seven.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
7.
I don't
Number
consider
11.
Seven a horror
Is that a
movie.
horror movie?
Seven?
then?
7 is
Nah.
good though.
It's
It's
so
good,
great.
but it's I don't think
Well,
It's a-
horrifying things happen in
It's
it.
not
but-
horror.
It's like a
Yeah.
suspenseful film.
Yeah.
yeah, suspense thriller, but
Yeah.
Oh,
Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense.
Ooh.
Sixth Sense also
Number
not
10.
a
Again,
horror.
is that a horror film though?
It's not
Yeah.
to me. No,
Yeah.
it's debatable though. I would say it's debatable.
The Blair Witch Project, which came out in 1999. At number 9, 86%.
I have a
From-
love for that movie, man, because I saw it before all the hype. So
Same.
Yeah.
really freaked me out.
Did you think it was real?
I
Yeah,
did
that was-
actually.
Um,
It was before all the hype, man. So like
Yeah.
we went into this thinking like we're watching like found footage.
Yeah, yeah.
Chronos, number
true.
8, 88%.
Mhm.
Dead Alive. I love Dead Alive.
Dead
Number
Alive
7.
is great.
Peter
Yeah.
Jackson. It's weird. It's over the top. Love that.
It's Australian then.
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Tremors.
Tremors, number 6.
Nice.
A classic.
Awesome.
This is
Classic.
the definition of a comfort movie for me. It's like
Yeah.
one of my
Okay.
most favorite
It's
movies.
it's a perfect movie.
Because
So
Kevin
fun.
Bacon and Fred Ward, just you feel like you've known them your entire lives. Val and Earl.
Misery,
Yeah.
number 5.
Again, Misery's not a horror film. Well, maybe.
Well,
I think it's
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
would-
maybe.
Pretty fucking
I
horrifying.
would say it's horror.
Okay, we have 5 more to go. Top 5. Here we go.
From the 90s.
Arachnophobia, number 4.
I love this movie.
That movie was
Good
great.
movie.
I love this
Good
movie.
one.
Is this a comedy?
Not top
It's
10.
creepy.
in my-
No,
It's not a comedy.
there's funny moments in it, like
John
with
Goodman's
John
pretty
Goodman. Yeah.
comical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
Oh,
good.
it's so good.
Yeah,
Spider
I
in the
get
cleavage.
horror.
Okay, only 3 more to go. Here we go. Number 3, Pure.
I just watched that the other day. It's
Does it
great.
hold up?
Yeah, it really does.
Is it a
Okay.
horror film?
No.
Yeah, see, there's movies that should not be on this list.
Psychological
And
thriller.
Silence of the Lambs at number 2 at 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's number.
Again,
I mean-
is it a horror film though?
I never
I don't think
considered
it's
this
a horror
scary.
You know,
film.
It was advertised as one during the Oscars. Like this being the
7 is
only
more of a
Oscar.
horror film than Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
This is considered the
number
first
one.
horror film to win an Oscar.
Number 1 best horror film of the 90s, according to Rotten Tomatoes, is The Ring at 98%. So there you go. They're going.
This is the
simply by
Japanese Ring,
percentage.
is
Yeah,
it?
the original.
The original, yeah. Ringu.
Ringu.
I've
That
got,
movie freaked me out.
I've got another story related to all of this that I want to share with you guys. Then we can comment and kind of look at it while we're checking it out. Let me share it with you here. the scariest movies of all time, according to science. And they lay out the scientific method they used to come up with this. These are the scariest movies according to science. Listen up, nerds. These movies are scientifically proven to scare the bifocals right off.
Number one better be Inconvenient Truth.
Well, it's an experiment where they check people's blood pressure based on like an average heart rate of 64 and what the spike during when they watch the films. I don't know if you can see that list, Badger. Can you read off?
There's notes. There's notes I can.
Oh, can you read the notes? Thank you.
The Science of Scare Project is a yearly experiment that tries to scientifically find the scariest horror movie ever made. Since 2020, the project has gathered a panel of 250 people, fitted them with heart rate monitors, and screened famous horror films to see which ones make viewers' hearts pound the fastest. The goal is to cut through endless streaming options and figure out which movies are truly terrifying, not just loud or cheesy. At first, the team used average heart rate spikes to rank each movie, but horror fans complained that this method favored jump scare films, not slow burn psychological horror. So in 2023, the project created a new scoring system called the Science of Scare score, which combines heart rate beats per minute and heart rate variance. A higher beat per minute means the movie triggered fear or excitement, while a lower heart rate variance means the viewer felt more stressed or anxious. Both numbers are combined to create a score out of 100. For fun, Shrek has a scare score of 3 out of 100. According to 2025, the scariest movie of all time is Sinister 2012, directed by Scott Derrickson and starring Ethan Hawke. The film caused a 34% jump in heart rate from a normal 64 beats per minute to up to 86 beats per minute, with the scariest moment hitting 131 beats per minute, while viewers' heart rate variance also dropped 21%, proving that Sinister delivers both big shocks and lingering dread. This gave it a Science of Scare score of 96 out of 100, placing it at number one after briefly losing the crown in 2021. In short, if you want the ultimate Fright Night movie, the scientific winner is Sinister, the film most likely to raise your pulse and ruin your sleep.
Well, here we go. Here are the numbers. You've got Sinister at the top and other films like Host, number 2. Number 3, Skinamarink.
Oh, give me a break.
Yeah. Insidious at number 4, The Conjuring, number 5, Hereditary, number 6, Smile, number 7, The Exorcism of Emily Rose at number 8, Hell House LLC at 9, number 10, Talk to Me. Some other notable, The Descent at number 11. We interviewed the director recently. Conjuring 2 at number 12, It Follows 13, The Dark and the Wicked, number 14, 15, Paranormal Activity, 16, The Babadook, love that film. Quiet Place Part 2 at number 17, The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
That movie's great.
At number 18, and Insidious 2, number 19. So there you go. We will put the link in the description. What are your thoughts? This is according to science, folks, so it has to be true.
Are they talking Host, the Bong Joon-ho film about the monster?
I was gonna say that movie. Is that horror? It's weird. I don't know if it's horror.
I'll tell you how good the list is. I've only seen 2 of those movies.
They're all new. They're all in the last like 10 years too.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I don't know
how far down? Where's The Exorcist on that list?
I don't think it's on it.
We only saw the third one on there.
I mean, that's a lot of research you have to do if you're gonna do every single horror film.
Yeah, and you've got to have the people watch the movie hooked up to monitors. I think they need to add another data point, which is when someone looks away. If you're looking away at the screen, that's something that's scary. Simple.
I mean, yeah. The fact that The Quiet Place Part 2 is on there just tells you the depth of the research they did.
I think these are movies they are testing.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right.
The host I was shown, the host is not that host. It's the host that came out in 2020.
Oh, well, there you go.
They have a seance during a Zoom lockdown.
Oh, I've seen that movie. It's actually good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's good. I did like that. That's cool.
Actually, there's a more updated list. I did this same list on my channel, I think last week, with the more updated list. The Exorcist was 35. on that list.
That's good.
Yeah, it's all jump scares. It's all about the jump scare these days, and that's what's going to get your heartbreak jumping because, it's just a startling loud sound and a scary image. And that's horror these days. A lot of horror.
Let's go to Soups as we wrap up.
Lord Comet for 5. In my opinion, AI will be like that Superman 3 moment where the chick gets pulled into the computer. Scary as fuck, in my opinion.
It's goofy now, but scary as a kid.
Stubble McShave for another 50 Swedish krona. Terry Pratchett quote from 1996 Hogfather: "Real stupidity beats artificial intelligence every time."
That's right. Thank you, Stubble.
Logan Misiak for 2. Frankenstein is a beautiful film in the theater.
100%.
Yeah, everyone I know who's seen it has been blown away. I can't wait.
I was saying, like, the first 10 minutes of Frankenstein reminded me of the first 10 minutes of Godzilla -1. I was just bought into the movie right from the start.
Where you knew you were watching something special.
Yes.
Thank you.
Dr. Fauci's pardon prison butt for 2. I heard cocaine's coming back. Robert Meyer Burnett. I hope that's a true quote.
As long as it's good, it depends on how good the cocaine is.
Yeah.
You still drop fentanyl in it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fauci.
Adrian for 20. Adrian, will AI revolutionize filmmaking by democratizing creativity, or is it a threat to authentic storytelling? Grok. Interestingly, I asked Grok for a question to ask you all about AI, and this was what it came up with.
Well, thank you, Adrian. Very, very generous. What do you think of that question? I think
both.
I think a couple things. One, I think AI will help indie filmmakers, and it will help indie filmmakers make movies that can compete with Hollywood in terms of spectacle and scale. But you have to own the source library for the things you're showing. That's why I feel like that needs to be worked out.
Yeah, because you can't copyright an AI movie.
But if you're using a source library,
right? If you're that's clear to use.
That's clear to use. You should be able to use that.
Was that Ben Affleck's idea to treat it like DVD sales, where you license the assets to be used in generative AI to make up for DVD sales?
To the second part of that question, is it a threat to authentic storytelling? It's a threat only in the sense that we'll stop doing authentic storytelling and rely on AI.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't think it will create authentic storytelling.
No, I don't think it can. But
it's not going to get rid of authentic storytellers, right? Like people that still want to tell stories will be there.
People will stop telling authentic stories and go right to AI.
They'll just go pivot to AI to make a buck, I guess.
Make a fast.
I don't know. I think AI as used by studios will be corporate slop. No different than what they're already making, just worse. And I think almost like in the way that corporate beer, and you've got like the craft beer, right? There's something different about whatever that is. Look, I don't drink craft beer. I'm saying that there's I do think there's something different about handcrafted, whether it's creativity or going to, instead of a Starbucks, going to a corner coffee shop where the people that own the shop. There's going to be something that will separate it. So, my 2 cents.
Pilgrim Media for 2. I rewatched Idiocracy in 2025. It's a documentary.
I mean, people have been saying that for the last 5 years. It's really come true, everything. Thanks, Pilgrim.
Logan for another 2. What's the most amount of books you guys read in 1 year? Like the Harry Potter series, all the Twilights. Ooh.
I don't know. I was up to a pace of like, this is bad, but it's like 2 books a month. But I would switch from like fiction and then nonfiction. I would go back and forth.
I haven't tracked it. Don't count.
Yeah.
I read about a book a week, to be honest.
Oh, Rob, that's great. I wish I had the time.
I just finished a book called Rewrite by Gregory Benford that was a reference to another book by a different author named Ken Grimwood called Replay. And if you like time travel stories, don't read anything about Replay. Get Ken Grimwood's book Replay and read it. It's one of the most entertaining books you will possibly read.
Make a sequel called Redo. Lee Kindler for $4.99. Best 90s horror. My vote goes to In the Mouth of Madness.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. That's not even
MK
on
Solid?
that list. That was it.
I didn't see it now.
It was.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for
was.
Final Destination. Wasn't that a 90s thing?
Yeah, and that wasn't on the list either.
Yeah.
Zodlander for another 50 Swedish krona. Child's Play EFAP is fun. Watch it and have fun. Whitehurst is the unsung hero we never knew we wanted. Seed of Chucky is just ew.
Love that.
Yeah, I helped Child's Play get greenlit because I was a part of the test audience, and I said I hated the movie because it scared me, and they called me to explain that, and I believe from my explanation they greenlit Child's Play.
Oh my god!
Wow. Event Horizon, where is it? One of the best horror movies. It was back earlier on the list.
Yeah,
it
it was
there.
earlier, but it was on the list.
Yeah. Zodlander for another 50. They should try the test with Netflix Japanese Tales of the Macabre.
Yeah, they should. But we're gonna wrap it up today. I want to say thanks to our mods, Lord Thoth, MK Solid, thanks to Atomic Lori. Let's go around the horn. Everyone, plug your channel. Let's go.
Steph, My Nerdy Home. You can come and hang out with me and find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter.
Rob Burnett, come to YouTube to the Burnett Work, and come tomorrow night to the Gardena Cinema in Gardena, out by the airport, to see the world premiere of White Devils and watch the Q&A afterwards.
Derek Anderson, the DEA. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Nightcap tomorrow and Thursday night, along with Anime Nights, a new stream. We're starting up Friday nights. Come hang out. It's going to be a lot of fun.
What's up, guys? Dante from Purple Riot. Like I said, I'm not fully back just yet, but you can catch me this week with George the Giant Slayer on Slayer Nation at, I believe, 2 p.m. PST. And you can always catch me on Saturday nights, Flashcast, sometime at night. Sometime at night. We go all night.
Oops, sorry. You can find me here on YouTube at Nerd Cookies, where I chat about sci-fi and fantasy. And I've got videos coming up about Project Hail Mary, Doom Part 3, Predator Badlands, Tron. So be sure to check it out. Thanks again.
And watch Elaine's live streams. They're great. I lurk in there.
Thanks.
Badgercast, 28 minutes. We've got the reshoots that are going on for Supergirl. We'll talk about it. And John Barenthal apparently is the one that saved Daredevil and got them to do the creative reset. So we'll be talking about all these things and more.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's the current article per Charlie Cox.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. All right. Alan and I will be back on Wednesday with Hollywood on the Rocks. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back next week. And Alan, what do you have to say?
Let's get out of here.